Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cherie. If you're new here, thank you for clicking on this video today. And today I am reviewing, I believe it's episode 6. It might be 7. I'll put it in the title of what episode I'm reviewing. I did not review last week's episode, so I'm a little bit off. But yeah, I think I'm reviewing episode 6. This is the episode where after they have moved in, they found places. And I've always wondered, like, so let's say I'm in a lease right now and I have like maybe 6 more months on my lease. So how does that work? Does production pay for them to find these places, or they're finding, I'm thinking they're finding some type of Airbnb type of thing. I don't know, but I'm just like, so are you paying both rents or what? How does that work with the housing? Because that is not what I'm fixing to do. Is pay 2 rents or 2 mortgages somewhere. Like, that's crazy. And then what if it doesn't work out? Then you're locked in this long term. But I don't know if it was Anthony and Ashley that mentioned that they only got theirs for 2 months or something, or 8 weeks, same thing. But that was smart, because if you get locked in for a year with someone and you're not even going to make it, then that's crazy. So I always wondered about that. But yeah, the couples have officially moved in now. And I'm going to go ahead and start with Anthony and Ashley. So we see Anthony and Ashley move into this nice little apartment in this high rise. And I really like the apartment. We see them interacting with their family on this episode. And of course, Ashley's sister is still being so annoying. She's so annoying. And it's really like pushing Anthony, like it's rubbing him the wrong way. Like, he's a really laid back guy, but it's really pushing him the wrong way. And I just really need for Ashley to stand up to her sister, because this is her husband now. Even if she just met him, that is her husband. And I just need Ashley to tell her sister to fall back. But I think they have such a strong bond and this is all new or whatever. And, you know, she has a lot going on. I'm not taking that away from her because being under the lights and stuff is just, But yeah, I need Ashley to stand up to her sister. But then they have this kind of disagreement about last names. And she does not want to take his last name, which for me is kind of, I can understand. Well, personally, I wouldn't have a problem taking my husband's last name, because I don't see a problem with it. I'm still going to be Cherie. I'm still going to be, you know, my family's child. I'm still going to be me. So I don't have a problem taking my husband's last name, but because you become one. And even with, I kind of give a side, if I'm being honest, I kind of give a side eye to those women who have a problem with that, or they want to do the hyphenated thing. Like, you have to leave that behind. Like, you're no longer a part of your family. Well, you're a part of your family, but you and your husband are now one. So that name signifies that you guys are coming together and you are now one unit. You're not a part of your mom and dad's house and your husband's house, or you and your husband's house. You are one. So I don't see the big deal. And she was going on about how she's an independent woman. Yes, we can be independent women and still take our husband's last name. So I don't understand that. But some women have, I do see that some women do have a problem with that. I just don't get it. So next, we're going to move on to Danielle and Cody. And they have moved in as well. And Danielle and those freaking dogs are so annoying. Like, I feel like Cody was being very patient with him because he is a country boy and he's used to being around animals. I could never be with someone, because personally, and don't come for me like that, I don't like animals. I don't like any type of animals. I don't believe the animals should be in the house, because I think that's disgusting and I think that's a hygiene issue. But that's just me. But I could never be with someone who wants to have animals all up in the bed and in the kitchen and just running around freely. What? No. So she really needs to get those dogs under control, and it's becoming a real issue for them in their marriage. So I just think they need to get the dogs some type of training and, you know, get them under control. And that's something that can be easily solved. So yeah, she really needs to get those dogs under control. But they still haven't had sex. The chemistry, I just think Danielle just doesn't really like him like that. I think she is trying. I think she likes him as a friend, but the spark for her, that's just not the type of man that she is desiring. She is desiring someone who is more aggressive, and that's just not Cody. So, yeah, the chemistry is just still not there for them. But, did we see their families? I think we did see them interact with, I think we did. Their families get along well, so that's a good thing. But, yeah, the chemistry is not there for them. So we see Nate and Sheila now, and they are doing really, really well. I am very proud of them. I still feel this way I feel about Nate. Yes, I still feel that way, but he's doing well. And like I told you guys in the previous video, from what I've been seeing on Twitter, I think they're still together, even though that would be shocking to me. But I think they're still together because they interact with each other. And normally you see in previous shows, previous seasons, the people, they weren't interacting with each other like that, but they interact with each other. They joke with each other. So from what I see, it looks like they're still together. But as far as in this episode now, they are doing well. Nate and, what's his name? Tariq and Sheila are really meshing well together. And kudos to Sheila for setting those ground rules for this teenage boy about having girls in and out of her home. That's just, as a woman, you got to set those perimeters. Or not perimeters. Is the word perimeters or parameters? I don't know, girl. But she had to set those boundaries for having Tariq in the house. So that was good. So yeah, Sheila's dad comes, and there's apparently been an issue, a behind the scenes issue with Sheila and her sister not coming to the wedding because the sister Sheila did not invite her sister's boyfriend. And so apparently the sister had a little tantrum about it, and she didn't show up to the wedding. So we're just finding out this information, and the sister had to understand this is a unique situation. And I know they have probably this big family where parents just want to invite everybody, but in this situation she could not. So I don't understand why her sister couldn't understand that, look, this is a special thing, and it's not like it's her husband. Now if it was her husband, now I'd be like, okay, now yeah, you got to invite your sister's husband. But this is a boyfriend. He does not get husband privileges. Shout out to Belle. You do not get husband privileges. So sir, we don't talk, we don't interact. Like Sheila said, she doesn't talk to him not on a daily basis, but on a consistent basis. So when she's making the list, then he's not going to make it. And I need her sister to understand that. But yeah, so apparently that topic is kind of like making an issue for her and her family. And so the dad is mad about it, and I just feel like he's just putting on for the camera, to be honest with you, but he's making an issue of it. But I love how Nate stood up for her, and he backed up Sheila, and like, while you are in my house, I don't want my wife angry. You're not going to come in here, even if you are her father, you're not going to come in here and just, make my wife upset. And he backed her up. I love that. I love that he was supporting her. Now, like I said, I still feel there's something my spidey senses is tangling about Mr. Nate, but in that instance, I love that he supported her. So yeah, overall, this was a pretty good episode. I wasn't bored at all. I didn't fast forward through anyone's, and I think I actually was sitting there watching. Like sometimes I'll be watching and maybe doing something else on my computer or doing some editing or something, but not in this instance. I was actually it was interesting. So I'm looking forward to watching more. As always, let's discuss in the comments below, and I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about these issues. And as always, you guys be blessed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.